for joining us for National Focus. I'm Colette Ambo. Coming up, Finance Minister presents Supplementary Estimates to Parliament, Government's Sanitation Programme to envelope the Kalinago Territory, and Angelica Gasper has been re-elected Chairperson of the Casper's Village Council. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
A lot of bathtubs are blamed for bruises. Some staircases are accused of being responsible for broken bones. Doors are occasionally viewed suspiciously as causing lesions. A high percentage of tables are accused of producing bleeding or trauma. Violence against women is a crime, and it's everyone's responsibility. It's inexcusable. If you're a victim or witness of physical or psychological violence or abuse, seek help and denounce the perpetrator.
A bill for an act to sanction supplementary estimates of expenditure for the period January 1st to the financial year ending June 30th, 2014 was presented for debate in the House of Parliament on Thursday. The total expenditure amounted to $45,056,927.22. According to the Honorable Finance Minister, Roosevelt Skerritt, the appropriated sums for the estimates are as follows.
32% or $14,644,845.19 was financed from local resources. 51% or $23,483.17 was paid from loan funds, and 16% or $7,383,608.86 was grant funded.
The presentation of supplementary estimates is in accordance with the provision of Section 81 of the Commonwealth of Dominica Constitutional Order of 1978, as well as Section 12 of the Finance Administration Act 4 of 1994. This allows the government to incur expenditure in unplanned circumstances not previously endorsed in the annual budget and subsequently seek approval from Parliament for these expenses. The Honorable Finance Minister noted that the largest percentage of these funds, a sum of $31,453,146.23, was in support of infrastructural developments undertaken by the Ministry of Public Works.
Under the grant funding from the government of Venezuela, an additional sum of $2,429,631.81 was approved for meeting contractual obligations for the Penville-Vickers Road rehabilitation. Approval was given for $1,998,564.45 for the Pitty-Savan to Whitaker-Dalis Road rehabilitation to meet contractual commitments with respect to ongoing construction works. Madam Speaker, we may recall the damage caused with the passage of Tropical Storm Ophelia. The Dominica National Petroleum Company provided a grant of $3,501,322.59 to assist with the improvement of the road infrastructure that was affected during that storm and which suffered further deterioration as a result of subsequent heavy rains.
Among other projects catered for under that ministry, Honorable Skerritt listed utility costs, the geothermal project, and the Roseau to Melville Hall Road upgrade. GIS will bring you more from this presentation in a subsequent newscast. In addition to $10 million spent on just housing and infrastructure in the Kalinago Territory, the Labour Party government is looking to do more to improve the living conditions of Dominica's indigenous people. The sanitation component of the housing revolution was intensified this calendar year, and since the start of the 2014-2015 financial year, it has grown even more. In rural areas where pit latrines are most common, government continues to fight for eradication. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Kalinago Territory, Ashton Grano, revealed earlier this week that $164,000 has been set aside to construct 16 more washrooms for his constituents. Reginald Austrie, the Honorable Minister for Housing, Lands and Settlements, affirmed that an additional $10 million has been allocated by the Finance Minister for the construction of new homes and another $4 million for housing renovations. Further, 27 houses were handed over on Monday to families of the Kalinago Territory, complements the governments of Dominica and the People's Republic of China. An already meaningful ceremony was further gladdened by this announcement from Honorable Dr. Kenneth Daru, who was representing Dominica's Honorable Finance Minister, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit.
The Prime Minister and Minister of Finance have asked me to commit $500,000, which you soon will receive for your Carib Council to continue the war on pit latrines, and I was asked to make this announcement this afternoon. Sorry.
Honorable Ashton Grano further assured constituents with this promise.
We have not completed the construction of houses. I understand that we have a few more houses to get under our new program. It won't happen during my time because we have somebody new coming in, but I want to announce from the start that Kalinagos and people from Atkinson, there are some more houses coming. And of course, we will continue the renovation and sanitation program under the Ministry of Housing.
Angelica Gasper has been re-elected chairperson of the Casper's Village Council. Gasper and the 7 other councillors were sworn in during the council's inaugural meeting on Wednesday. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit's government ministers, as well as scores of residents, attended Wednesday's meeting. Honorable Skerrit welcomed the new council to national service and joined the returning chairperson in calling on residents of the area to do their own part for community development.
There are things that you can do for yourself. There are things that you can do together as a village. It is not everything you can look to the parliament to do, or to the councillors to do, or to look to Skerrit to do. Whatever you can do, whether it's unblocking of a drain, whether it's cutting the grass in front of your homes, let us do it as a village. And we do not have to wait for community day of service to do community service. Why can't we dedicate one day per quarter, every 4 months, for community service in our country? Whether it's a Saturday or a Friday afternoon or a Thursday afternoon, a couple hours, to deal with a particular challenge. Because if you have to leave all of these things to the government to do, the government must find the money to do it. So when the government sends people to unblock the drains, it is money that we could use to build a home for you. It is money that we could use to send your children to university overseas. It's money that we could use to construct a new road you want for the farmers. It is money that we could use for other things.
The Prime Minister also addressed a first-time young council member directly, pledging his support to Franklin Mingo, who is now responsible for the Deeper community.
I will personally come to Deeper with you to walk through the hamlet of Deeper. So you can tell me directly, as the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, what you would like to see happen in Deeper to the benefit of Deeper. Because when I see young people coming forward, and this young man coming forward and contesting the elections, you can see in that man's mannerism that he's interested in representing people. And we will do everything possible to make you the most successful councillor, not only in Castle but in the whole of Dominica. So I promise you, as soon as my schedule allows me, I will personally come to work with you in Deeper and see what we can do.
The Honorable Minister for Community Development, Gloria Shillingford, considers this period a good time for ambitious councils.
This is an exciting time for councils, a time when government is doing all in its power to empower the councils, and which indeed you are the local government as we are central government. The government of Dominica places its full support behind local authorities and encourages their involvement in nation-building process. National development requires the combined efforts of central government, local authorities, community groups and organizations, corporate citizens, and friends resident overseas. The collaborative efforts of all these entities make for progress at community and national levels.
The Honorable Constituency Representative, Johnson Drago, also voiced his support for the new council, especially the returning chairperson. Angelica Gasper topped the polls in the recent election, earning her seat easily based on her reliable record of service. Honorable Drago believes Gasper deserved that win.
After the last disaster we had, when PM sent everybody home half day, I left my home in the traditional way to go out to see how my people spend the night. So I'm trying to call Fia, let me say Fia, to say to Fia, Fia, I have already left home, I'm going out. Can I pick you up for us to go out and see what happened to our people? Although it was not a big storm. Do you know that when I call Miss Gasper, she said, me, Jono, I'm already in Friconas. She was already in Friconas. She had left her home because she wanted to know how the elderly persons fared out last night. This is why you vote for a council chairperson.
Gasper, in her address, described the previous three-year term as gratifying and encouraging. She listed a number of projects which were completed with the financial support of the community. She also listed close to $1 million worth of larger projects executed by the council and the government. That list included both phases of the Jalousie Road, which is still under construction, and $100,000 for small business support. Gasper told residents that much will be accomplished again in the new term with continued community partnership.
Quite often, we heard people say council is not doing anything. But let me implore you, the people of Casabruce, without your support, your encouragement, and your willingness to assist when called upon, will only make things more tedious for the council. Casabruce, DIPA is ours, and we should take pride in assisting to make it a better community. We agree that there is work to be done, but there will always be work to be done.
We'll bring you more from that event in Friday's newscast. Re-elected chairman of the Independence Committee, Raymond Lawrence, says that nationals have a special responsibility to contribute to the island's development and preserve Dominican culture. With emphasis placed on this year's independence theme, Our Nation, Our Responsibility, here's what Lawrence had to say.
This year we observe our independence with the theme, Our Nation, Our Responsibility. And it is with the theme in mind that we call on all Dominicans to continue to take on the responsibility of being good stewards of this beloved country of ours. We must always remember that Dominica is a gift given to us by the Almighty Father, and that we do have a special responsibility to take care of it and to nurture the development of this nation.
The chairman and the former chief cultural officer is confident that Dominica still has untapped potential that citizens have to explore and maximize. At the official media launch for Independence Celebrations 2014 on Wednesday, he revealed several new and popular activities on the calendar of events. Two of these include Dominica's History Week and Heritage Day activities.
Dominica History Week this year will be held from October 6th to 10th, and the theme this year is Kalinago Heritage. There will be a video presentation at the Arawak House of Culture on Tuesday, October 7th, and a grand Kalinago Arts and Crafts exhibition and food fair at the Old Mill Cultural Center on Wednesday, October the 8th. Our Kalinago heritage is a very important part of our life and culture in Dominica, as we all know, and we will focus in a special way on the heritage of the Kalinago people during History Week this year. Heritage Day will be held at the beautiful community of Capuchin this year on Sunday, October the 19th, starting at 10:30 a.m. Heritage Day will begin with an outdoor church service at the Cana Heritage Site, and this will be followed by a grand exhibition also at the Cana Heritage Site. And the climax of the day will be a grand cultural gala in the center of Capuchin. The warm and friendly people of Capuchin are looking forward to hosting you, and as usual, everyone is invited.
In his closing remarks, Lawrence encouraged all the nationals to embrace the various aspects of Dominican culture.
In a special way, I want to continue to urge all Dominicans to wear your Creole, celebrate our Creole food, especially our national dish this year, which is the callaloo in all its various forms, our Creole language, music, dance, oral traditions, and all the other rich aspects of our culture and heritage. Let us show the world that we are proud to be Dominican.
For the complete list of activities scheduled to take place, visit our GIS website, news.gov.dm, in the announcements section. The Roosevelt Iscariot-led administration continues to address the housing needs of the island's senior citizens. Last week, GIS News caught up with a family of 3 seniors in Grand 4 who have been touched by the compassionate hands of the ruling DLP government. 72-year-old Thomas Cuffey and his 2 sisters, aged 80 and 88, have been provided with this new home thanks to the efforts of the Grand 4 MP, Ivor Stevenson. Cuffey is looking forward to the day when he and his sisters can enter their new home, which is next door.
That house only just jungle. We couldn't stay in there. When rain, we have to sit down because it's making, I can see the state of it. But from the time the pirate talked with the government and they make this great house for us, I'm so glad the only government has already passed in Dominica that doing what he doing. And I will be scared. And God will bless him.
His sister, 80-year-old Josephine Pear, is excited about her new home.
Oh, I feel good because I was crying every day. I calling on the Almighty God to open a way for me, for us to get somewhere for us to live. The house is not good. And every day I used to pray. And you see, now everybody all right.
The government of Dominica is continuing its efforts to improve the delivery of service to the public. As part of the ongoing process, the Reform Management Unit of the Establishment, Personnel and Training Department is conducting customer satisfaction surveys across various government departments. From September 1st to 2014, survey forms were placed at the Registry Department, the Establishment, Personnel and Training Department, and the Customs and Excise Department. In this second phase, questionnaires are now available at the Princess Margaret Hospital, the Roseau Health Center, the Ministry of Health, Lands and Surveys Division, Physical Planning Division, and the Housing Division. GIS News spoke with Charmaine Thomas of the Management Reform Unit to determine the progress of the exercise.
Well, the public are efficiently completing the forms. We also have the surveys uploaded online at GovNet and dominica.gov.dm, where customers can also go on and complete the forms. But the hard copy surveys are being used and completed at the different strategic locations.
The main objective of the survey is to assess the effectiveness of the delivery of service by the public sector. The Reform Unit hopes to garner information that will help the establishment, personnel and training departments implement appropriate measures to improve the service delivered by government departments. The program will, in effect, help iron out the flaws that exist in the delivery of service by the public sector. She explained some of the questions presented in the form.
On the forms, we have questions such as rating the services of the departments, right? We have questions such as the assistance provided by staff, how well you were served by the staff, the timeliness of your service delivery, how quickly you were served, quality of service delivery, in what manner you were served, if you were served in a gentle manner or a rough manner, availability of accessibility of information, whether the public officer was well versed with the information that he was given to you, so that he will satisfy you in whatever you need or whatever information that you need, right? And we also want to find out about the environment, the physical and technological environment where you're at, right? How clean the environment was, how enticing it is for you to, how comfortable you are in the environment that you visited.
The surveys are as a result of a customer service consultancy underwent by the government of Dominica in its quest to improve customer service. 4 deliverables emerged from that consultancy: a customer service charter, customer service standards, a values handbook, and a complaint mechanism. The customer satisfaction survey will also determine the readiness of the public service for the launching of its Customer Service Advantage program.
All this in one package to see how the customer can be served better, right? Together with the surveys which we are doing now, right? And these activities were being conducted with the need to ensure the readiness of the public service for the launching of the Customer Service Advantage program. This program is still in the air to be launched, but all these activities that we are doing are precursors to this launching of this program.
Thomas made a plea to the public to complete the forms.
Well, we would like the public to participate in this activity fully, because it will allow the public service to have an idea of how the customers are being served and where we have glitches, so that we can pull up our socks in order to be more efficient in serving the customer. And as I said, efficiency in serving the customer will also show efficiency in our work, in what we are doing, right? So if we're efficient in serving the customer, our workflow will be made much easier.
Questionnaires are also available online at www.dominica.gov.dm. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Louis. Premièrement, Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt fait présentation Supplementary Estimates en Parlement jeudi pour plus de $34 millions. Honorable Skerritt expliquait bien clair manière l'argent l'a dépensé. Quand même, membre Parlement pour Roseau Sud, Honorable Ambrose George, en présentation, il parlait contre appartement Silver Lake qui bénéficie de ces estimates là.
Supplementary Estimates, c'est en manière que le gouvernement a servi l'argent qui part dans le budget là, nous passer en Parlement. Parce que même si on est en budget, alright, si le budget là c'est $4 millions, alright, il passe et approuvé en Parlement. Mais on peut trouver un temps, quand on aller en année, il y a quelque chose qui va venir, travail qui n'est pas fait, qui part dans le budget là, mais on est pour dépenser l'argent, même si vous tapez l'argent hors local revenue, ou si vous tapez l'argent, on est pour taper en loan, ou on peut taper l'argent hors en cadeau, grant. Avec si l'argent ça, on est pour dépenser pour faire l'autre travail qui est pas en budget là. So, mais après on dépenser l'argent ça, on est pour venir à Parlement. Pour le Parlement approuve l'argent ça, parce que c'est l'argent qui passe sorti en budget là, mais l'argent trouvé pour servir dans l'autre manière. So, c'est ça nous avons fait aujourd'hui avec une présentation. Moi, je parlais contre Silver Lake Housing parce que nous avons $4 millions dans le budget, dans le supplementary estimate là, pour avancer l'appartement là nous avons fait à Silver Lake. Pour ces résidents à Silver Lake.
Ministre George aussi parlait contre l'argent qui est dépensé pour des désastres l'année passée.
Nous avons parlé contre l'argent nous dépensé pour nettoyer place là à Charlottesville, à Roseau Valley, à La Pointe. Après nous tenons trough là Noël, jour avant Noël en 2013, avec nous services l'agence pour nettoyer place là, pour rien des gens qui perdent ce personal effects, hard furniture, avec ces qualités ça. Avec nous aussi servir l'agence pour faire en manière pour nettoyer la chiméa, parce que la chiméa c'est la manière parce que mon hot sud pas de ça passer en matière la trophée là en point place.
En autre nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique fait bien assis pour mettre délivrer caille pour peuple Kalinago. Si l'homme parlement honorable Ashton Grano, initiative celle-là mettait peuple Kalinago en l'air.
C'est 25 cailles qui nous construisons en bas l'argent nous taper People's Republic of China. C'est Chinois là nous fait l'argent là pour nous faire aider ces gens là en Kalinago Territory avec caillou parce que quand vous même savez c'est pas déjà longtemps Venezuela aide nous et puis caillou aussi nous fait presque 10 000 cailles en Kalinago Territory avec l'argent Venezuela. Ces Chinois là a besoin d'aider nous avec ça, ils camènent au cabano a besoin presque 74 cailles nous fait avec l'argent nous j'ai tapé hot CD place qui nous une relation et puis ça a aidé nous bien parce que avant à présent presque tout le monde nous était un petit caille avec bois, petit caille avec thatch comme ça. C'est pas dire monde qui ça fait un caille raisonnable. Mais à besoin avec qualité de l'argent ça nous taper avec assistance ça des friends nous mener living standard nous en l'air.
En d'autres nouvelles, chef officier médical Dr. David Johnson qui a répondu bagaille qui a concerné le public là et puis étudiants étrangers qui a montré pays peut-être qu'a mis pays en ouest qui a concerné maladie Ebola. Dr. Johnson dit mise bon régulation mettez en place hors ministre santé et puis public là par en ouest et des ministres santé qui a branché et puis d'autres pays en région là qui aussi ne plaisir étudiants étrangers. Dr. Johnson fait parole qui ministre santé qui a conduit screening et puis pèse étudiants identifiés et puis virus là. Finalement, il dit qu'il faut mettre pièces web à ces voyages et puis commodité, ça fait commerce. Finalement, l'Office des As Dominique tient une consultation qui a concerné plan pour les As. Parole ça là sorti votre officier programme l'Office des As, M. Steve Joseph.
Nous quoi information là nous taper différents groupes différents monde qui entendaient consulter ça faire document là nous qu'a développer il plus fort parce que il bat consultant là plus information pour aller garder document là encore et mettre ces recommandations ça il taper là en de document là comme ça final document là qui fait un plus fort document pour Dominique pour nous garder contre bagaille des as.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nous faire en créole pour présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, more financial tips from the ECCB.
The WASCO recognizes that clean water is vital to healthy living. Therefore, it spares no effort in providing a clean, safe, and reliable system. Help keep our rivers safe and clean. Do not cut trees along the river banks and do not pollute with garbage, human or animal feces, and chemicals. Think water, think life.
Want to take a bite out of your grocery bill? Look for bargains on the bottom shelf. The most expensive items are usually at eye level. Avoid shopping for groceries when you're hungry. Why? When hungry, you are more likely to buy on impulse. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the GIS News production team, I'm Colette Ambo. Thanks for watching.